Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Facing the Mirror, a podcast for anyone on the journey of radical healing, soulful accountability, and deep self reflection. I'm your host, Christina, a life coach, counselor, trauma survivor, and truth teller. So, today's episode, we're talking about reframing the way that we see ourselves and the language we speak into our lives, especially after surviving a narcissistic relationship. Because let's be real, after that kind of trauma, our inner voice often mimics the very abuse that we escaped. But here's the good news. Your inner dialogue is yours to reclaim. And today we're going to start doing just that. So let's dive in. Surviving narcissistic abuse doesn't just leave bruises, you can see. It reshapes your entire inner world. You start questioning, am I the problem? Maybe I am too much. I can't trust myself anymore. Sound familiar? What most people don't realize is that narcissistic abuse programs are internal dialogue to echo the abuser's voice. Their gaslighting becomes your confusion. Their projection becomes your shame. Their manipulation becomes your self-doubt. So when you're finally free, you're not really free yet because you're still carrying their voice inside your mind. And here's the part no one wants to say out loud. You don't need them to continue the abuse. You've been doing it to yourself. Let that sink in, and it's not to shame you, but to really set you free with that honesty. So now let me ask you, what do you see when you face the mirror? Do you see a broken version of who they told you were? Or do you see someone resilient enough to still be standing? Because when you look in the mirror, you're not seeing the truth. You're seeing your conditioning. Let's break the spell. Here's one exercise. Look in the mirror, hold your own gaze, and now say this. I was manipulated, but I am not weak. I was gaslit, but I am not crazy. I was abused, but I am not unlovable. Every time you speak truth into the void of your healing, you reclaim a piece of yourself. So let's talk reframes. Reframing isn't denial, it's empowerment. And let me show you some examples. I'm so stupid for staying so long. The reframe would look like, I stayed because I was doing the best I could with the tools I had at the time, and I left when I was strong enough. Another example, I'm too broken to be loved again. Reframe, my scars are reminders that I survived what was meant to destroy me. That makes me deeply lovable, not broken. Here's another one. I wasted years of my life. Reframing that could look like, I invested in a story that taught me how to rise. Those years built the version of me that refuses to be silent now. Here's the truth. Healing doesn't erase the past. It reinterprets it. We don't change history. We change the meaning we assign to it. And that's where your power lives. Surviving is hard, but thriving after abuse, that's revolutionary. You don't move forward when you feel 100% ready. You move forward because staying stuck is no longer an option. Here's how you begin. Speak to yourself like someone you're responsible for protecting. Would you let someone speak to your child the way you speak to yourself? No. Then stop doing it. Name the old beliefs, but don't claim them. I used to believe I wasn't enough. That belief came from trauma, not truth. Get around voices that remind you who you are, not who you were told to be. That's really why I created the group, the Anchored Connections, and why I host these shadow room Zooms and all the other stuff, because healing does require community. And lastly, have the courage to be new. You don't owe consistency to a past version of yourself who didn't know what you know now. So as we wrap today's episode, I want you to remember this. You are not who they said you were. You are who you choose to become now. You don't have to wait for the mirror. You don't have to wait for anything like that to reflect someone new. The transformation starts inside, and your reflection will catch up. So the next time you're tempted to say, I'm broken, I want you to pause and say instead, I am rebuilding, stronger, clearer, louder. And I'll be right here with you every step of the way. If today's message spoke to your soul, share this with someone else who needs the reminder that they are not alone. Until next time, keep facing the mirror. The reflection is changing, and so are you.